You know, I just want to tell you, I want to put this into perspective. Eric, the actor, I try to always get him work. And everyone always makes fun of me for, trying to do this for Eric. But I like doing it. I enjoy it. I like these situations. So John Strauss, who's the executive producer of In Plain Sight, which is the Mary McCormick vehicle on USA Today. Now, by the way, this guy John Strauss is no slouch. I mean, this is a guy probably could have retired. He wrote Something About Mary. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Okay. He also wrote... what was the other movie? Oh, he wrote all the Tim Allen Santa Claus series. So that you're talking about
wonderful.
heavy.
I love all those movies.
This guy's a major player. And now he's negotiating with Eric the actor.
Now, because he liked us.
Right. Because he wanted to do something he thought would be fun.
He's in a nightmare.
Let me get John on the phone.
Eric, the ridiculous midget.
John, you there?
Howard, I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yes, you can't say I didn't warn you. I told you this was going to all backfire on you and you were going to hate it.
You were absolutely correct.
Right. All right. At this point, let me explain to you John's dilemma. He wants to come through and give Eric the part. But Eric has written a letter that has many, many different demands. And
it would make J-Lo blush.
And so, and now we're talking about a part that is 4 lines that I assume would take less than a day to shoot. Am I correct?
You are absolutely right.
Right. This is something called, a quickie.
Right.
But believe it or not, the part that John is offering Eric is integral to the script, and they do really need to get,
they need those lines said, and some character has to say them.
And they're planning on shooting in February, and I think... January. So the kind of time is running out.
Now we're running out of time.
They need a commitment either way that Eric's going to be there. They can't just replace him, in 3 seconds.
Yes. Sadly, the part is integral, and we are getting close to having to, make a decision. And if we don't resolve this whole thing, I think on this phone call, In Plain Sight is going to go down in flames.
Yeah.
Because I don't have enough hours anymore to be dealing with this.
How many, since you've sort of had this fun idea, which I told you would not be fun, since you had this fun idea to put Eric the actor in your show, how many hours would you say you've devoted to this? Seriously. I mean, just like worrying and dealing with him. And
I told Gary, literally there have been nights when I've awakened in the middle of the night worrying about, is this really going to go down? And am I going to have to hire a backup actor? And I've got my staff working on the travel arrangements and all the different options. It has to be...
You mean there is... this must be the bizarre world, because somewhere there's a staff working on Eric the actor's...
Right.
Now, I would say when you usually hire somebody for a 4-line part, they're not only grateful, but you don't really spend that much time devoted to them, because it's not the most high priority. Am I correct?
Dude, I don't spend any time on a 4-line role. I'm the showrunner, which means I run the show.
Right.
I have about 30,000 things to do during the day, including approving stories, supervising scripts.
Eric has nothing to do all day.
But make demands.
But this, I don't think I have ever negotiated a contract for a 4-line role in my entire career. So this is new ground.
And most people, when you first got the letter from Eric, the latest letter I'm talking about, you thought it was a joke, right?
I absolutely thought it was a joke.
Right, you thought it was funny.
I really thought it was a joke.
All right, there were many demands, including sodas and whether Arby's and McDonald's, if there would be a masseuse. There was also a jacuzzi request. There was also a co-star credit on a solo card.
I think my favorite one was script approval, script and story approval. That was
absolutely no last-minute script changes. Three exclamation marks. And he also he wants to be protected from any dangerous wildlife.
Yes, we're working on that one.
Have you cleared there?
Yeah, have you cleared that? And also is interested in you moving the production to San Francisco.
Yeah, if it's a recurring role.
I think that was my favorite.
Right, okay. Favorite, yeah. All right. So, anyway, as you can see, number one, let me review. John Strauss is a major player. You wrote the screenplay Something About Mary, am I correct?
With my partner, Ed Decter, yes.
Yeah. Now, that's a major credit. You probably could have retired after that, I would think.
I'm sorry I didn't.
All right.
Yeah, you're sorry you lived to see this?
Yeah, I never thought I'd live to see this day, and here we are.
And Tim Allen's Santa Claus series, that was a very lucrative job, right?
It was a wonderful thing, and I did not have to negotiate any 4-line parts.
Right, and you wrote that?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wowee. Why are you even working on In Plain Sight?
We were fans of the show, and we love the folks at USA Network, and we met with Mary, and she's just wonderful, as you know.
Right.
And it just kind of fell together.
Okay, all right.
He used to have fun at this job, is what he said.
And you liked it up until a couple of weeks ago.
Up until about a month ago, I was having a great time.
Now, Eric, do you think that John Strauss is making any of this up? You see how you turn people off.
Well, first of all, Howard, do you have problems with your glasses? Look who sent that email.
John Frado.
I didn't.
Yeah, but it's coming from you. I interviewed you yesterday, or a couple of days ago, Monday, and you indicated that all of these things were things that you approved.
But really, legitimately, I didn't.
All right, Eric, let me explain the world to you. John Strauss is on the phone. Normally, a guy with 4 lines would never get on the phone with John Strauss. The guy's got, you hear his credits. This is a fucking major player. You understand? Sorry, John, I got to talk turkey to this guy. All right, look, this guy's a major player. I got you hooked in. This is a guy you don't want to piss off. This is a guy you want to impress. If you really
don't now blame this on Johnny, because he represents you.
Right.
He came up with that bullshit. I didn't.
All right. Let's get down to it. I've got you on the phone, Eric, the actor, with John Strauss.
I even told him to get rid of half that bullshit, and he still didn't get rid of it.
All right. Fair enough.
Which parts can we just throw out then?
Yeah. Let me go through them. And before I get you involved in a conversation with John, okay. You want to know how long you will be gone for and what the dates you need to be there. That's a fair request, right?
Yes, because I have a doctor appointment. I just looked at my calendar on the 19th.
All right. Hold on. I'm going to get an answer on that one.
All right, well, we might have a problem right there.
Ooh.
Eric, how's it going? Okay, so here are the dates. We're shooting the episode January 18th through the 27th. There is 1 day of work. I do not know which day yet, because we're still far enough out that we don't know the exact day you're shooting, but that is the period of time. It could be one of those days, the 18th through the 27th.
Hey, you might get lucky and he'll back out right now, John.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? We could, yes, I have I have answers to all these things. We could stop right now. Gary said I was a nice guy. I'm not that nice.
Yeah. Eric, let's work this out. I would think that you should say to John, make a commitment now that you can move your doctor's date if need be, and that you're free between the 18th and the 27th. Do you agree to that?
Let me look.
All right. Hold on,
he's looking at his calendar.
I'm working through this.
Yeah, I could probably move it to the 26th.
Well,
that's still in the window,
Eric, let me ask you a question.
Well, yeah, I know that is.
Yeah. Do you think that you can make sure you're free between the 18th and the 27th? I mean, cancel your doctor's appointment, or put it off to the 28th or the 17th.
Or I will let you, as we get closer.
The doctor runs his clinics on Thursdays.
I see. So you were saying, John.
Yeah, what I'm saying is as we get closer, as we get, say, 2 weeks out, I might be able to give you a very specific day.
That's called a hard date, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a hard date.
A hard date.
Very good.
Yeah.
If you want to wait to cancel it until we get a little closer, you can do that. But I have to have you available.
How's that, Eric? You agree to that? In other words, you might still be able to make your doctor's appointment on the 19th, but in case not, you'll be free.
You might have to
move it.
Okay, so then the other part, what I'll do is I'll just automatically tomorrow call my oxygen company and order the needed thing, so that way that will be settled by that.
All right, you're
jumping ahead.
You're jumping ahead, and by the way, you handle that. Don't bother John with your oxygen.
Right.
Okay, here we go.
That was going to be handled by either myself or my parents, because it has to be done through our medical coverage.
All right, good. All right, here we go. All right, so you got that covered. How much is he going to be paid?
All right, let me actually, if you don't mind, could I jump in with the travel issue, because there are a couple of options. This is part of what the staff has been working on for the last several weeks. You have 2 travel options, Eric. You can drive, in which case you'd be paid for 5 days of work, because even though you're shooting for one day, they actually pay for travel days. So we're figuring 2 days to drive there, 1 day of work, 2 days to drive back. So that's 5 days of pay.
What's the bottom line on how much money is that?
Well, it's roughly about, you probably end up clearing about $3,000.
Wow.
SAG weekly scale is a little over $2,800 plus overtime. 4 travel days, it works out to about $3,000. That's a lot of money.
And it says here in the letter, if it's only SAG scale, he says he won't do it.
Forget it.
Well,
Eric, do you agree to that fee? It's like $3,000. Do you want to drive or do you want to fly?
Well, okay. Thing is, with our van, my dad's a bit of a
here we go.
But say again?
My dad's a bit of a mileage Nazi with this van.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
so, driving would be okay, but have to kind of avoid somehow using the vehicle that we've got.
Could you rent a vehicle?
That could be an option.
All right, well, that's an additional expense that that'll be another 3 days of work for us figuring that out. But
have you ever gone through anything like this for a guy for a 4-line shoot?
I hope I never have to do this again as long as I live.
This is crazy.
No. The other option, by the way, Eric, would be flying, and that's 3 days total. So 1 day travel, 1 day shooting.
How about that, Eric? Why not fly there?
Well, what is the bottom line? Okay. Eric really wants to know.
Oh, yeah. What? So how much money would you get?
That's 3 days of work, so, you know, you got to figure it's going to be, I don't know, $2,000, something like that total. The flight options, by the way, there is no direct flight from Sacramento to Albuquerque. They do have flights that stop without having to deboard, and you'd fly through L.A., Las Vegas, Phoenix, San Diego, or Denver.
Well, what else has he got to do?
Be on a bus.
All right. What do you say, Eric? You want to fly or you want to drive?
Now, flying would be good. The only thing is, this is airline rules, not mine. Airlines like to have 30 days advance notice if a passenger is traveling with oxygen.
So okay.
I think you're driving.
You know what? So give him 30 days notice. Oh, I see. Because you don't know what day. He doesn't know what day. Yeah. You just drive. How's that?
Okay.
All right. Now, next, Eric wants to know, will he receive residuals for multiple airings of this episode?
Not up to us. That's a SAG issue, Screen Actors Guild. You, of course, will get residuals. The formula is simply that you get about the same amount of money. You get a little over $2,800 for the first rerun, and after that, the payment varies from 50% to 25% up to that scale.
So the answer is yes.
You do get residuals. It's not negotiable. It's not up to us.
Right. Does that satisfy you, Eric?
Yes, and the reason why I asked, I'm a viewer of the USA Network, and I noticed that their shows air, like, originally, and then after, like, Monday Night Raw or something.
All right, okay, so, all right, very good.
Okay, so you got your answer.
Eric, are you in SAG?
Yes, I am.
You are? Okay, good, good. Well, that's great. That helps.
Of course he's in SAG. He's Eric the actor.
Hey, sorry.
All right.
Didn't mean to.
Please, no disrespect to Eric right now.
Sorry.
All right. Will there be a masseuse on the set?
No.
All right. That's a hard no.
Now, is that a deal breaker?
Eric, no. Is that a deal breaker?
No, I just have to make sure I be careful about my hip and my knee.
All right. Okay. John, I'm embarrassed to ask you this. Is there an Arby's or McDonald's close to the set? If not, will there be a runner available to drive as far as needed to go there?
Can you imagine now he's had to go out and look for Arby's? And
Have you scouted the local Arby's and McDonald's?
All right, so here's the thing. We don't know exactly where the set is yet. Sometimes we have a studio facility, so sometimes we shoot in a sound stage, but sometimes we shoot on location. We don't know where the particular location is going to be, although I will say this is New Mexico, not Somalia. Chances are there will be a McDonald's or an Arby's somewhere.
But you're not willing to commit to knowing it. Eric.
Is there also food on the set?
Of course there is.
Yeah, there's food everywhere. But again, I'm certain there's a McDonald's. There's McDonald's everywhere, and we have PAs.
All right, let me handle this. Eric. I think you ought to take this out of there. Just assume you can get food.
Well,
Why McDonald's and Arby's?
Oh, good grief, Robin. I'm trying to answer the question. Shut up.
I really am just wondering.
He's answering.
Well,
Go ahead.
I told Johnny to take that one out.
Okay.
So that one is not necessary.
All
But
right.
in general, why do you pick McDonald's and Arby's?
It's what he likes.
By the way, there's 3 Arby's in Albuquerque.
Oh, there are?
Yeah, there's 3.
And I'm sure there's a lot of
There's
McDonald's.
a lot more McDonald's.
All right. Okay, so that's added there, John. I'm working my way through this list as best I can.
Got the red pen out. That's great.
Okay.
I thought he had some kind of special diet that only Arby's and McDonald's.
Yeah, that's called the early death special diet. So your arteries will clog extra fast.
Those are 2 of my favorite restaurants, and really I should put them out being a heart patient. But
Yeah.
no.
All right, let's get to number 6. Okay. John.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility that this could become a recurring role? And if so, could you move the entire production to San Francisco? Because it would be easier for Eric to get to and from the set.
I was about to say that is another that he could toss out of there.
What?
That is another that could be tossed out.
Okay, good. All right, let's toss that out. Good. Thank God you're coming to your senses.
Excellent. This is definitely getting much better.
See, when I can get the parties together, it can be worked out.
Yeah, it's easy to write these things in an empty room, I suppose.
Now, by the way, even though I'm working this out now, wait till you see the lengthy problems that occur after this
Afterwards,
conversation.
because then he'll have new set of criteria to work on.
Doctor said my oxygen tank can't be...
I can't do this scene because it will aggravate.
Oh, we haven't even gotten
We haven't gotten to that
the
yet.
blocking
We haven't gotten to the
script
writers yet.
approval.
All right.
Yeah.
He
We're not out
needs
of the woods here.
he needs a co-starring credit on a solo card.
Okay. We will try to give you some sort of front credit, but a solo credit is very unlikely. Let me just say that we have had lots and lots of guest stars on our show. We've had Bradley Whitford, Allison Janney, both from The West Wing, both multiple Emmy Award winners.
Right.
Again, we have not had to worry about this kind of stuff.
They never asked for that.
Eric, do you understand a solo card is bizarre? You should be embarrassed. If you're doing 4 lines, you don't get a solo card.
Right. Okay.
All right?
Are you willing to throw that out?
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
All right. A 2-bedroom suite at a 5-star hotel, or 4 stars acceptable if the pool and jacuzzi area is nice. Why do you need a jacuzzi and pool area? Is that for Jan or for you?
Well, that would hit. The jacuzzi would help the hip and the knee,
I see.
but I don't know if that necessarily has to stay in or not.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be there for 1 night, and the next day you're done.
Right.
You know, I mean, how much luxuriating can you do?
You're working.
Yeah, I mean, it's strictly a place to sleep, crash, and then you go, what are you going to move in?
I do have an answer.
Go ahead.
for it. There's no Ritz-Carlton or Four Seasons in Albuquerque. We did research that. But we will put you up at the Albuquerque Hyatt Regency downtown, which is a big, beautiful, comfortable hotel where all of our guest stars spend their time. And to the best of my knowledge, it has a pool and a jacuzzi.
How's that?
Okay.
All right.
But there's no suite.
And
Well,
Yeah, what about that suite? He needs a 2-bedroom. He doesn't want to be sleeping in the same bed with Jan.
I think we can make that work.
All right. All right, Eric, I just got you the 2-bedroom.
Don't buy back the sale.
Right.
Well, I'm just saying, since Jan and I are not a gay couple,
Yeah, I got it for you. Done.
right,
Right.
there has to be at least...
All right, next.
We're moving on,
All
Eric.
right, a stretch limousine to take Eric to and from the set
Stretch.
to the hotel or anywhere else he might need to go.
You're getting lost in there.
First of all, when you put in anywhere else he might go, he might take a trip to Florida.
Yeah, where are you going?
I mean, are you going to provide that, John?
No.
No.
Mary McCormick, who is the star of our show, does not even have a stretch limo.
You hear that, Eric? Mary doesn't have
Where
it.
are you going, Eric?
Yeah.
Well, that again was something Johnny came up with, so...
All right. I'm sure they'll provide.
I don't mind if it gets tossed.
All right. Let's take that out. Now, how will Eric get back and forth to the set, I wonder?
Well, there's a variety of ways. If he drives, then he can use his own vehicle, and if not, we have a whole bunch of vehicles, and then obviously we'd have to figure out the wheelchair aspect. But I think we can solve that.
Yeah, that can be solved.
Yeah.
All right. Eric demands an assistant to his assistant, Jan.
That could be tossed.
All right, let's toss that.
Very reasonable, Eric.
Eric, I like this new attitude. Eric would like to have input on the script, the storyline, and his blocking.
No.
No, I don't blame you, Eric. That's a hard no.
4 lines, yeah.
It's 4 lines. What do you need here?
I have no idea. Again, that's
Johnny.
something Johnny.
Okay, out. That's out, John.
Excellent.
All right. Number 6, 4 20-ounce Pepsi-Colas a day.
Oh.
Now,
Yes.
That's a yes?
Yes.
Okay.
We can work that out.
You should say no just for his health.
Yeah, I mean, God, he's going to end up in a diabetic coma.
You are right about that.
Eric, why are you drinking so much Pepsi?
For energy, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my.
You know, that much soft drink, no matter what it is terrible for you.
All right.
But
Yeah.
all right, okay.
It's
in. You got it.
Okay.
Now, this one disturbs me a little bit. Absolutely no last-minute script changes with 3 exclamation marks. That must be important to you. Every actor,
That's part of the process.
Yeah. Even when I did my movie, sometimes we would say, we changed dialogue.
Well, yeah. I mean, that was more Johnny, but the reason why it did come up was because of the fact that when I did Fringe, they sprung the whole final scene on me after I had gotten there.
I see.
All right, well, I can tell you that we won't do that. I can also tell you that in drama, it is less likely that we will be changing the lines. In comedy, it is much more common that you'll change a line on the set if it's not working, if it's not funny enough. In drama, we're not going to be changing a whole lot.
And you're not going to spring at the last minute his head blowing up?
We're not going to do explosions.
All right. No explosions like that. All right, okay. All right, so Eric, you satisfied with that?
Yes.
All right. It also says he understands that he does not want to be blown up, mutilated, or murdered in any fashion. Will that happen, John?
Currently not part of the storyline.
Okay, good. All right. Now, this one's tough. Eric does not want any contact with some of the dangerous wildlife that inhabit that region, including black bears, mountain lions, coyotes, bobcats, spiders, werewolves, or any venomous snakes.
But let me alter that.
Okay. You want to take out werewolves?
Johnny actually said Wikipedia, and there actually are legitimately werewolves in Albuquerque.
What? What?
All right, listen to me, Eric. I can't.
Wikipedia it, but
Stop it.
Eric, it's a 4-line part. Listen to me. I can't imagine that they're putting their stars in danger with werewolves and coyotes.
I mean, Mary has, 3 children.
Right. 4.
And she sometimes brings them
I'm one
to
of her
the
children.
set.
She has her 3 kids and me. No, seriously.
as I said, I was going to alter that one because really I don't have any fear of anything with fur, tails, and paws.
Why would you believe Wikipedia that there's werewolves? You know there's no such thing as werewolves.
In New Mexico.
Johnny said it was a real creature that lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Johnny said there's real werewolves in New Mexico, and you believe them.
Wikipedia that, I mean...
All right.
Eric, really?
All right, I'm taking that out of the contract, Eric. They can't protect you from werewolves.
Eric, you know there are no werewolves.
Do you think there are vampires?
I don't know if there are or not.
Oh,
right.
dear.
All right. Well, it's true. He hasn't been many places.
That's true.
Well, actually, in Albany, there's a vampire.
You never heard of the Albany vampire?
That's right. Have there been any recent werewolf deaths reported in Albuquerque, John?
Not to my knowledge. Very difficult, though, to put all this in writing since they don't exist. But
if you could put some language in there that says that you can assure us there will be no werewolf attacks and that Eric won't be bitten and turned into a werewolf.
I don't know that I can put that in writing.
All
so
right.
Again, if we've gone all this way and this is a deal breaker, I need to know.
No, I don't think it is.
Well,
right,
now
Eric?
that I'm thinking about it, though,
Right.
a werewolf bite might be good.
Yeah,
for Eric.
he'd get in the movies. He could be in that movie with that stupid Twilight movie.
There you go.
All right. Now,
Fred, just real quick, you researched the Arby thing. Why aren't you researching to see if Johnny was right?
Because I know there are Arby's and I know there's McDonald's. I know there's no werewolves.
yeah, I can assure you 100% there are no werewolves in Albuquerque.
There might be coyotes there,
Right.
but they're not going to come near you.
Eric, you can't be for real. Werewolves are a made-up thing. They're part of literature.
I didn't believe Johnny either, but he kept insisting that what he was reading was correct.
All right. Well, sometimes think for yourself.
Oh, boy.
I look forward to, let me just see if there's anything else on the table here. I think we're done. I'm looking forward to hearing your response and hope this will be a pleasurable experience for everyone. I can assure you it won't. Unfortunately, I'll probably be out of town during your filming dates. Contact Johnny Jr. P.S. Could you please explain to Eric that New Mexico is a U.S. state and does not require a passport? Can you assure Eric he doesn't need a passport?
No visa.
I can assure you, yes.
All right.
That
Well,
you will not need one.
now, we banged this out, but Gary, don't you feel like I do that this will still go horribly wrong?
Yes. And
Why do you think that?
Because we just know.
because Eric's all over the place. Like, he already said he didn't say things that he said 2 days ago, so things changed. But I think Eric acted very reasonable on this phone call.
Right.
I thought he was very professional.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I'm hoping it'll go well.
It won't.
I think that you should put one thing in the contract, Howard,
Yes.
because we always get screwed out of this. You know that Eric has a no Howard TV thing. And I think that since you put this deal together, we should be allowed
we should
to
be
cover
able to
it.
at least get a little coverage, Eric. I mean, give me a bone.
Look, he's even negotiating for you.
Howard, since I don't have any problems or issues with Shuley, you send him.
Shuley, and then what about Howard TV? Shuley will conduct the interview for Howard TV.
Exactly.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
All right. All right. That's fair. Now I'm satisfied.
Hold on.
Wait a minute, what,
he's
Eric?
about to now you.
Now. Oh, go ahead.
No. Now, let me just say, that last thing that Johnny put in there, that last line, that was a joke. I've gone with my parents from West Coast to East Coast and back, and I've been through New Mexico, so I know it's safe.
Well, maybe you shouldn't joke on these things. You should tell your representative that. All right. John.
Can I get back to running my show now?
Yeah, get back to running your show. Eric says he's in. That, in fact, the biggest
Now,
problem
what is
was...
happening now? Who's going to type this up so everybody knows what we're talking about?
I'm not typing anything. And I know Eric isn't. So that's John again. John, the guy who wrote something about Mary, is going to be typing Eric's
I guess I'm not getting back to writing my show.
Yeah, no, you're getting back to writing your contract with Eric. Hey, wouldn't it be funny if John actually was a werewolf and then he ate
And
Eric?
he ate Eric.
And Howard TV captured all that?
Don't eat him completely. Turn him into a werewolf.
Hey, Eric, what if John's a werewolf and this is all a trick to get his dinner?
Yeah, I doubt it.
Okay, good.
This voids our contract.
All right.
I even doubted Johnny, like I said, but he kept insisting, and I was like, okay, whatever.
All right, John, do you want to say anything to Eric or Eric?
The only thing that seems as yet unresolved, Eric, is how you are getting there,
Right.
driving versus flying. So we still have not resolved, and that feels like a potential powder keg. That one.
No.
Eric, do you pretty much have an idea of how you're going to do this?
There's the powder keg.
I think that was his head exploding.
Yeah, you see, John's learned his lesson that even though we just agreed to everything,
You better go back and check.
Right, because it'll still be massive amounts of phone calls to Eric. Eric, why did you assure John that you can, like, he's giving you all your options and that you can handle all this with the way most people who get 4 lines on a show do?
By the way, that was my head exploding.
I mean, John has never in his entire career done
Had
this
to
much
do this,
for a
yeah.
guy with 4 lines.
Right.
So do you know you can get yourself there?
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Whether it's plane or car.
Right.
You're not going to bother him.
Right.
I'm not feeling reassured.
Me neither, because if he uses his dad's car, it's still not resolved.
He can't use his dad's car.
Yeah, you're going to have to rent him a car.
We still have the rental issue and what that's going to cost, and
that's going to be a fortune.
Within 30 days of the oxygen tank on the airline, so
you still have a problem.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know what to tell you. This could take a whole show. I mean, really, I don't know how you.
My whole life, so,
John. I don't know how you resolve this. Honestly, do you want to just get out of this?
Why does your dad not let you drive very far?
He's a freak for keeping.
Because there's already a whole lot of mileage on that van, and he doesn't want it to do long trips like that.
John, I'm just contemplating here the liability of having Eric, and then like the car and the rentals and the holy. I mean,
it's
maybe you should just move the whole production to San Francisco, like Eric insisted. Or Sacramento, yeah. I mean, this is crazy. I know what you mean. Like, we're going to hang up the phone, and you're going to be like,
still, good question.
I'm actually not feeling as good as I thought I might feel at the moment.
In other words, like if Eric got on the phone and said, "Listen, John, I don't want to blow this. Let me handle all this. I'll be there."
You didn't think that was going to happen, did you?
No.
Eric, honestly, that's I will give it today and tomorrow to try to figure this travel thing out, and we can do a little pricing on how much it's going to cost to rent a van, and then I don't know how much leeway there is for the airline with the oxygen tank. If it has to be 30 days, we can do a little research on that. But I think we have to put a clock on this. And
now, let me just say, my wheelchair is portable, so an SUV would even work if you can't get a van.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, John. Hey, John, get a SUV.
SUV or van.
I'll start pricing rentals.
Or a Bentley.
I guess, John, in your world, you're used to guys who get a 4-lane part almost blowing you and never bothering you with anything.
Or never interacting with me whatsoever.
All right. Well, okay. Here's how we should leave it, I think. I think, John, you should deal directly with Eric.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, poor John.
And I just feel like, or like just email him and say, here's what we found. Either you're in or you're out, and wrap this up within 2 days. And if it isn't wrapped up to your satisfaction, then Eric, I would say John should get out of this. You know what I mean? You hear the frustration in his voice.
48 hours from this moment.
Right. Okay. So Eric, you can John, can you write him an email? Just tell him what you found, the prices of the vans, and what you can do or what you can't do. And then Eric will either give you a yes or no, and then you're done.
Yeah, we will do that this morning. I'm going to copy Gary on it. And
if you could you leave us out of the loop?
I'll leave you out.
You just want to be taken off the CC list?
Yeah. Gary gets it. My head explodes.
I need someone from your show in the loop. Otherwise, I think I will be losing my mind. So there you go.
Eric, look, you got a jacuzzi.
Right.
Got you there.
All you have to do is get there.
Yep. Well, get there and you're sitting in a jacuzzi. All right. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, John. Eric, you got 48 hours. He's going to write you, and he's going to tell you what he came up with. If it's not going to work, don't write him your whole fucking life story. Just say yes or no, okay?
It's a great role, by the way. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it really is.
Yeah, that's what we're forgetting here, the role.
It's a great opportunity, and you play a landlord, and you're upset with a hoarder in your building, and you hit on one of the girls there, and you're not happy because she didn't go for you. I mean, it's all kind in 4 lines. We've accomplished a universe for you.
What do you think of that? You got a story arc, dude.
Right.
Hey, look at this.
What?
According to the internet, Johnny wasn't far off. There was a reported werewolf attack in New Mexico in 1970.
Oh, stop it.
Eric, you better get that werewolf clause put back in. By the way, John, you do realize Eric can't act, right? That's the other thing here.
Yeah, you got all this going on.
Yeah, maybe you ought to cut that down.
Hold on.
Now I've insulted him.
This is coming from somebody that I had heard a few months back, watched the episode of Fringe and said I did a good job.
Yeah, you did. Okay, right.
Now you're saying that I'm not a good actor?
You are. You're a good actor. I was making a joke. I apologize. I got to get out of this.
It was the same as that thing about the passport to New Mexico.
Right. It was a joke. All right. Well, John, I think you've got it out here.
You got down to one final problem, at least.
You've got
48 hours more of hell, and I'm out.
Then you're out. Then you're done. Okay?
All right.
All right. Eric, I hope you don't blow it.
Thank you.
All right. I'm glad we had this conversation. Thank
now
you.
you're his agent, Howard. Do you realize what you've done?
Yeah, I know.
Now,
Uh-oh.
Because in my mind, Eric is a mini Clooney. There's
a mini Clooney.
Eric, I can't go. You mean there's something else?
There's another rider.
All right, go ahead. Get it off your chest.
the one thing, the thing that was in there about money, the reason why I said the thing about $3,000 in my original email was because that's the price that you negotiated with Jonathan Prince for American Dreams, and then Johnny negotiated for Fringe.
What was that, Robin?
I think you originally got him $3,000, and it's been his price tag ever since.
Listen.
That's his quote.
So what did I do wrong?
Nothing.
Oh.
By the way, I feel this unraveling again.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, John. I told you. I told you when you originally had this brilliant idea that this was the dumbest thing you could have ever done.
You were so right.
Yeah, you don't listen to me. Everyone thinks I'm an imbecile. That's why I'm insulted.
I thought we had settled on SAG Weekly Scale, Eric. Unless you can produce evidence that you've been paid above scale in the past, we're looking at scale here.
But I was paid above scale for Fringe.
All right.
What'd you get on Fringe?
$3,000. That's the gross pay. The net pay was $1,800.
Well, he said it's around. Isn't it close to $3,000?
It's a little over $2,800.
You're in the ballpark.
Weekly scale.
Is that all right?
Yeah, I think. Look, again, we can go.
If he drives,
wait, John, what was that?
If your quote is $3,000
right.
from Fringe, we can match your quote.
If he drives, as Robin says.
Yeah, but he's now going to match the quote.
And let me just say, to any shithead listening, I've already reported that money to SSI, so there is no need for you dumbasses to go out there and make a report on me.
All right, Eric.
Okay, all right. He's a regular George Puny. That'd be good. Can you give him a card that says George Puny on set?
Sure. No problem. We'll have a
His
director.
chair should say that.
So the $3,000 would be if he drives there.
Well, again, it SAG's the weekly scale is a little over 28. So we can again. I just need to know what the quote is. If
$3,000, he wants $3,000.
All right, you'll kick in that extra 150.
No, I'm not kicking anything in. I'm annoyed by all of this.
Look, these are your problems, John.
Yeah, John, you took this on.
You wanted to have Eric on the show.
I'm the guy who warned you.
Yes, you did.
All right. Is he going to be in the scene with Mary McCormick?
No.
Oh.
Mary's just sitting back laughing.
Who will he be acting with?
There's a wonderful woman, one of the agents from the office, who she's going to be. The character's name is Delia. He'll be acting with her.
She hot?
She's great.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
She's new to
Yes.
the series.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, and she's not a werewolf.
Not that we know of.
Yeah.
You never know though.
Has his sister been written out of it?
Oh, God.
Oh boy.
It's not a fan visit.
Hey,
Eric.
by the way, we just looked this up. I probably shouldn't bring this up. But the Hyatt Hotel they want to put Eric in has their pool closed for the winter.
Oh, God.
Yeah, this could be amazing.
How about the jacuzzi? Is that open?
I don't know.
I guess the
Probably
jacuzzi
not.
went with the pool.
It's probably all part of the same spa area.
Yeah.
Oh man, could be frozen over.
Eric and ice skate.
Smells like you're in for a lawsuit, John, if that pool isn't open.
Jeez.
Eric, what if the pool is closed? Are you going to be all right with that?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
That's progress.
All right, we're getting there. All right, John.
Just iron out this travel thing, Eric.
Yeah. All right, John.
And the pay. We apparently
Oh,
still haven't
dear.
ironed that out yet. So probably, by the way, the two most important things we have not figured out. But
Yeah, I just want to brush this all into the carpet and act like it's all settled.
Yeah, you want to get out of it.
Yeah.
easy for you.
So is it, John, what is it? The pay is $3,000, right, Eric?
Yes.
Okay, that's acceptable. That John, we're done with that. And what was the other issue?
Is that true, John?
Again, if we will match his quote, if he got that on Fringe, we'll match it.
All
All right.
I could have Sarah Isaacson, the casting person, contact you.
No, that's okay. You know, just give him
Another
John, just give him $3,000. All right, please.
Yeah, it's one less phone call.
Right. Otherwise, you'll be on the phone with a casting person to get Eric's quotes.
$3,000.
All right. And what was the other thing you said we didn't settle?
The travel.
Yeah, but
all right. Big deal.
You're going to give him 48 hours. You're going to spell it out for him, and then he's going to decide.
Yes.
All right. And God only knows what the story is with the rental van, but you're going to look into that.
Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah. All right, Eric.
I'm all over it.
I've heard the term bending over backwards, but this puts a new definition on it. All right, Eric. Good luck, and John, thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's In Plain Sight.
We did
Mary
what we
McCormick.
could.
John Strauss, who formerly had some respect and dignity.
Yeah, he
in the
wrote
business.
something about Mary.
Yeah.
And
Now,
Santa Claus.
how far things have fallen.
Yeah, and now he's, in
negotiating with Eric.
Now he's in Albuquerque negotiating with Eric on the phone.
Trying to make sure werewolves don't bite him.
All right. Making sure there are no werewolves. All right. And let's hope you don't shoot during a full moon. All right. Thank you, Eric. All right. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye for now. All right. We got to take a break anyway, so let me do that. We'll be back right after these words.
The Howard Stern channels present a tribute to Eric, remembering Eric the actor and his life on The Howard Stern Show.
I'm Lisa G. from Howard 100 News, and what I remember most about Eric the actor is how timid he was in person. Here I've listened to him for years talking to Howard, and to me, it felt like the Wizard of Oz, this huge personality with the smoke and the big screen and the big voice. And then you pull away the curtain, like at the end of The Wizard of Oz, the movie, and it's just this guy who was selling medicine, on the side of the road. And to me, that's who Eric was. He had this larger-than-life personality. And then I would go into the green room and speak to him, and he seemed friendly and nice and warm and was happy to meet me. And I shook his hand, and he was pleasant. And I'm going to miss him very much.
The Howard Stern channels remember Eric the actor all weekend.
Bye for now.
Howard 101.
Oh, speaking of acting, Eric the Midget's on the phone.
Eric the actor.
Eric the actor. Excuse me.
I have decided I'm calling him Eric the actor.
Yeah.
Only
it's
because
funnier.
No. Only because I was watching the Golden Globes. Peter Dinklage won an award.
Right.
And he mentioned the name of someone, and I still haven't had a chance to look it up, but I asked someone what that was all about, and it was a guy a dwarf who, somebody just picked him up and tossed him.
Right.
And he was injured or killed. I don't know exactly what had happened, but I said, you know what? That's disgusting.
Right.
And that's why I'm going to call him Eric the actor from
The actor.
I don't know if I'm going there with you, but...
Well, I just think that, when people can't walk up and down the street without somebody thinking, oh, there's a dwarf, I'm going to toss him.
Can you have actor tossing?
Nobody's tossing actors.
Oh.
They're tossing dwarves.
Eric the actor tossing.
And people they think of as midgets.
Hey, Eric.
Good morning, and thank you, Robin.
You're quite welcome, Eric.
By the way...
And, just to say, Robin, the person you're referring to was injured, not killed.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. So I got a nice email from Mary McCormick, the star of In Plain Sight, which is the show Eric did.
Yes.
And she was like, wow, Eric was lovely, and I don't know why, he was totally professional. And
really?
She was quite taken with Eric. And very, very pleased with Eric.
That's wonderful.
And she was like, what is with you guys? And she wanted to know why
we make such a
fuss with Eric.
Yeah.
And I said, well, look, I like Eric a lot, but Eric can be difficult. She goes, I saw no evidence of that. And then I sent her this letter because her producer got a letter from Eric.
Eric's still writing letters?
Yeah, Eric wrote a letter to Mr. Strauss, who is the producer of In Plain Sight, after he had this positive experience, after they put him on.
Well, he must have been just thanking them, right?
Yeah. And Eric, is this letter for real? Is this from you?
Yes.
Okay. Listen to this fucking letter.
Eric
This guy...
was complaining, made
Now, I don't know if this is a shtick for radio. I hope it is, because, hey, Mr. Strauss, again, I want to thank you for having me on your show. It was great meeting Mary and the other people who work on it. I had a great time.
Wonderful.
Now on to business.
Oh.
As you are aware that my contract stated that I would receive 2 20-ounce Pepsi-Colas a day for each day I worked.
2 20-ounce Pepsi-Colas every day.
Right. But no Pepsi-Cola was provided for me the entire time I was there. Come on, Mr. Strauss. If this was Johnny Depp, he would have had the Pepsi-Cola.
Johnny Depp?
Which, by the way, Johnny Depp was actually staying at the same hotel I was at.
How bad did you harass him or look for him?
I didn't even know it till the day I left.
No, good. Lucky for Johnny Depp. I am owed
Johnny Depp probably got your Pepsi-Cola.
I am owed 4 20-ounce bottles of Pepsi-Cola.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I'm sure that this was a mistake and not intentional on you or your staff's part, but a deal is a deal. I wouldn't even bring this up at all, but this is my year end, and the people who do my books and take care of my things are really giving me hell over this. No, they're not.
What are you talking about? What difference would 4 bottles of Pepsi-Cola make?
Who are your people who are giving you a hard time? That guy who takes care of you?
Well, I don't know if I want to say or not, but...
What is the problem if you don't get this Pepsi-Cola?
Just, if it's something that's promised in the contract, it should be honored.
But you say people are giving you a hard time. Why is the missing Pepsi-Cola a big problem?
Because then, for future, when that's in the contract, then,
Yeah, but you say the people who do your books and take care of things are really giving me hell over this. No, they're not.
You just want your Pepsi-Cola.
Well, listen to the rest of this letter.
Okay.
I didn't tell my manager, Johnny Fratto, about this, as these things can cause him to get very upset and mad and make things get very uncomfortable for people he thinks are screwing me around.
Stop it.
So best that we work it out among ourselves. Let's try to settle this as fast as we possibly can. No reason to get the lawyers involved.
Lawyers?
Yeah.
You would hire lawyers to try to track down 4 bottles of soda?
He has no money to hire a lawyer, and... Is that a joke? Let's get the lawyers involved?
No, it's not a joke.
This, I believe, was something...
Eric.
Eric, please tell me that this is a bit.
It's not.
So the guy from In Plain Sight, Mr. Strauss, immediately got in touch with Gary and said, is this guy for fucking real or what? Gary, what happened? What did he do? Eric's...
It started out with, hey, listen, this is just between you and I. Eric was a nice guy on set, so I feel so weird because I got this note, and I think he's threatening me, and I don't know what's going on. So then we went back and forth a little bit. I said, listen, don't worry about sharing the note with me, because he sent it to everyone on our staff. So the last thing I got from him was, Gary, the more I think about it, in my sake haze, the angrier I'm getting. I was ready to heap praise on him. Now I'm ready to tear him a new one. He's threatening me over Pepsi. Does he ever want to work for anyone again?
Well, Eric, you got a guy who is on your side.
Right.
For 4 bottles of Pepsi, you let it slide. And you should have said something to them when you were on set.
Yeah,
that you
why
want
didn't you mention
Pepsi.
it while you were there?
You're really that hard up that you need 4 bottles of Pepsi?
Well, Johnny's in the process.
I think you saw it as a principle of the thing, Howard.
The principle of the thing? He got to be on a television show.
We've gone through this. The way he read it to me was it does make sense if you go by the principle of the thing.
Eric, wouldn't it be better to forget about... You know how sometimes people go, I lent you some money, but forget it. Wouldn't it be better to forget about the 4 bottles of Pepsi and not piss off this guy and sort of have a good reputation as somebody who goes to the set and isn't into shenanigans?
Having people think well of you?
Well, as I was going to say before Johnny stepped in there, was Johnny's in the process of negotiating the next thing, which is my appearance at the Viper Room, and I have a little Pepsi clause in there, and I want to make sure that they don't see, well, okay, in plain sight got away with not giving.
What if word gets out that you do this with Pepsi? What if word gets out and then people go, you know what? This guy's so fucked up that he'll sue you over a bottle of Pepsi. I'm not touching this kid.
And why would they know they got away with it in plain sight unless you brought it up?
Right.
Gee, they listen to the show maybe?
But you are bringing it up. That's why it's on the show.
Yeah, I wouldn't, Eric. Although it would be funny if Eric sued in plain sight for 4 bottles of Pepsi.
And never worked again.
Right. Yeah, I think you should sue them. Yeah, let's go that route. Eric, why don't you sue in plain sight for 4? And John, and I like how you
Johnny,
go like,
would you really go out and find a lawyer to take this case?
Or Johnny, you're just going to go over
I
there.
actually think I might have the worst lawyer in the world who would take a case like this.
And Johnny, why don't you just, like Eric implies that you'll just go over and fuck them up.
No, he did not imply
Yes,
that.
he did.
Yeah, he did. Let me read it again.
No, it's not. That's not an implication that I would. I think Eric explained it to me that he was protecting me.
Things get very uncomfortable for people that he thinks are screwing me around.
Right.
How do you make people uncomfortable?
Well, he's saying he's not telling me, though.
Right. Well, he will if he has to.
I don't know about that part.
Yeah.
I only know I read the thing that said he doesn't want to involve me.
Johnny goes over and tickles people when they...
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's sort of like when, Mrs. Soprano would say, you don't want me to tell my husband.
Eric, what I understand a contract is the thing, and you had a contract for 4 bottles of Pepsi, but, sometimes you just go screw it. You know what I mean?
Well, what if AGT left something out of your contract with you?
It would depend on how big it was.
And he would, if he needed something, he would get it while he was on the set.
Wait a second. At what level? Like, why does Eric think he's at the same level as you, Howard? You've earned something.
Yeah, but okay, a contract is a deal, but here I'll give you my philosophy, Eric. It's like if it's a big item, of course you can't let it go, But like, okay, I've got to go out to L.A. and do America's Got Talent. And theoretically, they've agreed that they'll pay for my hotel, But I'm bringing my wife, and I want more room in the hotel. So they were kind of like, wow, you're coming out, and, we planned on a certain budget. I said, don't worry about it. I'll pay for the overage. Right. I could have pressed them on it and said, no, you've got to take care of this. You hired me and blah, blah, blah. But sometimes you just kind of, you understand the other person's point of view.
But also, Howard, if he needed the Pepsi,
he should have asked for it there.
Wouldn't he have asked for the Pepsi while he was there?
Eric, it's kind of gauche to be waiting at your house for 4 bottles of Pepsi. When you were there, you theoretically needed the Pepsi. You didn't ask for it, so let it go.
I tried to look for it, and it seemed as if
John was out walking around in Albuquerque in the rain, looking for Pepsi.
So why not go out of here? So why not call the producer at that point and say, gee, you guys promised to give me some Pepsi and it's not here. You don't need it now.
Well, actually, he does.
And by the way, Eric, maybe you shouldn't be drinking that shit, period.
Right. 4 bottles of Pepsi?
20 ounces. 4 bottles. How much is that, 4 ounces of Pepsi?
No, 40. I mean 40. 20 ounces of Pepsi is 40 ounces a day.
Yeah, how much is it for a bottle of Pepsi, Eric?
Price-wise?
Yeah.
$1 to $1.50.
All right, so you're gonna fuck up.
You're quibbling.
You're gonna piss this guy off for like $5. It does seem a little bizarre, doesn't it?
Well, whatever we do, Howard, let's try to solve this because Eric's got a thing at the Viper Room coming up called Eric's Got Talent.
Eric's Got Talent.
Eric is going to be judging strippers who are pole dancing.
Oh. There's a show I watch.
Sounds like fun.
There's a show I like.
Eric will be the thing, and we would love to get Howard TV over here.
This is the gig that he yelled at me for sending to him, by the way.
Right. Yeah, this is the...
Yeah, but...
Yeah, Eric, You were angry Gary sent this to you, from what I remember.
Now, Gary, it's doubled what it was. It doubled into something else.
Right.
I wish him luck.
It started all just the ribbon cutting.
And imagine they're listening to this going, oh, this fucking guy is going to quibble over $5 worth of soda.
Right. If we miss the soda, he's going to have a fit.
Actually, Howard, they knew about it, and they're as we speak, gathering soda.
Harvesting soda. All right. Well, Eric,
Pepsi Cola.
Right, Pepsi Cola. Eric, you listen. You had a good experience. People liked you. Shuli was there. How did he do? He did well, right?
He did great, and everybody was so impressed with him, and they were so nice to him. And I kept asking Eric, is everything all right? Are they taking care of you? Not once was Eric like, yes, but I didn't get this or I didn't get that.
Right.
He was happy. He was fine. And
Eric,
I was surprised by this.
If you had spoken up then, I guarantee you they would have gotten you Pepsi.
I mean, this guy had his own trailer, Howard. At one point, they brought Tia Carrera to Eric's trailer to say hello to him.
Tia Carrera?
Yeah.
And Eric's screaming about Pepsi?
Is that true, Eric?
Once he goes home?
They brought Tia Carrera to your trailer?
Yeah, I got to meet her after I was done with my scene.
Did she get Pepsi? She had a big cup.
He didn't have any Pepsi to offer her.
Right. Well, now he was humiliated.
I got to New Mexico.
He couldn't even close the deal with Tia Carrera because there was no Pepsi there.
Yeah. Hey, what's the story like? Why is Tia Carrera being marched in there? Was she confused?
She was filming a scene. She was in this show.
In plain sight.
In plain sight. Right. She was a character on the show, and Eric heard she was there.
Right.
And his eyes lit up. He's a big Tia Carrera fan. So he asked the girl if there's any way he could meet her.
Right.
And of course, here she just got done filming scenes. Boom, they grab her, they bring her right over to the
because she's
trailer.
not going to ignore the kid in the wheelchair.
Right. And he met her, and she was nice. She took pictures. She hung out with him. She talked to him. She couldn't have been any sweeter.
She got big tits, Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they were like twice his size.
And like when she leans down to take pictures with him in the wheelchair, her titty's like right on his head.
Just giant rack right next to his face.
Oh, he must have been in heaven.
He was.
Were you in heaven with that big rack?
Yeah.
Tia, do you think I could squeeze your titties? You know, that wheelchair thing goes a long way.
It does get you places.
Right. Yeah, I wonder how far he could get. Like, I've never felt a woman's titties.
Like the Elephant Man?
Yeah, right.
He had that look on his face twice when New Mexico. Once when Tia Carrera was in the dressing room, and the other one when he was filming a scene and the bunny rabbit came out. They had a live bunny rabbit for his scene, and his eyes lit up for that.
He
as
liked
well.
that.
Yeah, he loves the animals.
Tia, do you think I could pretend to be a baby and you could nurse me? I've never been breastfed. My mother never breastfed me. I think that's why I have health issues.
This compliment's like 20 years old. He's like, I loved you in Wayne's World.
Is that what he said? That's the movie she did on.
What else she done?
Right.
You were fantastic in,
What a career. It's funny her last name is Career. And she hasn't really had much of one.
Well, she was in that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie with Jamie Curtis.
Yeah, that's true.
Wasn't that 97?
Yeah.
97.
Hey, it was something.
1994, and what was interesting was Arnold was actually staying in the same hotel as well, so they were both there.
Hey, what's going on in Albuquerque?
That everybody's there.
Johnny Depp, Tia Carrera, Arnold Schwarzenegger. They're all there.
That's the new Hollywood.
Arnold was there filming a new movie, and then Johnny Depp was there preparing to play Tonto in The Lone Ranger.
Oh, my God.
He know everything.
He does everything. Yenta.
So funny. I got in a cab in New Mexico when I got out of the airport. The driver's taking me to the hotel, and we make a right turn, and there's the Albuquerque Public Library, and there's like 5 cop cars outside of it, and they're bringing out a black guy in handcuffs. And I just go, wow, you guys aren't crazy about them reading up here, huh? And the guy says, I don't know what's going on, but the chief of police, like the whole police force came out to the library. Eric shows up in New Mexico, and the whole day until Eric shows up, John Strauss, the executive producer, Mary McCormick, everybody's calling to find out when Eric is in town. Like,
Right.
they're all crazy about Eric.
I bet you Arnold Schwarzenegger got his 2 ounces or 2 liters of Pepsi or whatever the hell it is.
I threw them out.
Oh, you know he did. I bet
Right.
he got a whole truck full.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about the career of Tia Carrera. I think the last thing I saw her in was Wayne's World 2.
I'm sitting there thinking about Johnny Depp playing Tonto. We don't have any real Indians that can play Tonto?
No, why give them a job? We only obliterated them and wiped them out. No, Johnny Depp is a much better Indian than a real Indian. The only Indian guy who ever really had any success, because I don't know why, but remember the guy who used to cry on TV, the Indian that cried?
The guy in the
littering one?
commercial.
Yeah, I think he was a real Indian.
And so was Tonto.
Tonto was a real Indian?
Yes.
Jay Silverheels.
Was he real?
The guy that was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh, yeah, that Indian, too.
Yeah.
That great.
3. You know why that Indian was crying in the commercial? He didn't get his Pepsi.
That's right.
And Eric, what is it? Pepsi Cola over Coca-Cola? Like, are you just a Pepsi fan?
Yeah.
Can't drink Coke.
We're
I
in,
wish Pepsi would bring back vanilla Pepsi and a couple other types.
this is the conversation, like, when we go to see him in his room. Like, me and Ganji, we go to, he finally arrives, so we go and see him, and it's tough like this, and he wants food, so he wants fast food. Like, he comes all the way out there to be a part of this, filming. Everything's on the dime of the company. You think maybe he'd go nuts and order room service?
Right.
I want Wendy's. So
Right.
he wants fast food. So Ganji and I go out to get him fast food.
Right.
We bring the food back, and Jan, his assistant, transfers him from the bed, because Eric's kind of laying on the bed like Burt Reynolds in Playgirl, like he's on the side. So he's got to pick him up from the bed and transfer him to the chair. He does this move so fast, Howard. Like,
Jan does.
Yeah, like it's almost like a
You can't even see
globetrotter,
it,
like
yeah.
doing a trick with a ball.
Yeah.
And he whips him around and he puts him back in the chair. I said to him, I go, have you ever dropped him in the transfer?
Yeah.
And he gets all serious. He goes, no.
The man's a professional.
But then he goes, I dumped him a couple times on the sidewalk. I said, what is that? He said, it's when you catch a lip on the sidewalk and the
And
chair
he goes-
stops and he goes flying out.
I wish they'd video that.
He said that happened on the Vegas Strip.
Oh, you man.
And I'm
my
imagining
goodness.
people walking down the strip drunk, seeing a midget flying out of a wheelchair.
So when you're in the room and you got to like hang with Eric,
Yeah.
is the conversation incredibly dull? I mean, is it like just
Tedious.
like watching paint dry?
No, I mean, you're excited to see him because there's a lot of hype, and we don't get to see Eric in
Right.
person a lot.
Right.
So we're excited, and then it always happens every time you walk in the room and you're like, holy shit! Like it's like getting hit in the stomach with a bat. Like, you're just like, what the fuck just happened here?
Whoa.
And we're having conversations. It's just there's a little bit of a delay. Like he'll stare at you a little bit for a second, and everything runs through the system.
So this is not an electronic thing, this delay.
No,
It
this
happens
is
in person.
this is
So
Eric.
he didn't bring a Pepsi the whole time, right?
Not once.
Not once.
He wanted his chicken nuggets from Wendy's
And he got him.
with honey,
Right.
which I thought was odd. And
Do you think it's good for Eric to be eating that stuff in the sense that?
What difference does it make?
Well, I know he has health issues. Maybe he'd stay alive
going to
longer.
go vegan all of a
I
sudden?
don't
He's
know.
already living longer than he ever expected
true.
to.
Right. He's already
To tell
beat the
you
odds.
To tell you the truth, I had a checkup on the 19th, and the heart problem I've got is actually decreasing almost to the point of being back to a normal person's heart.
Really? On fast food?
Yeah, it
That's
works
a
for him.
testament. They ought to get you in a commercial.
Fast food and
Hey, by the way, just to digress for 1 second here, there's a guy on the phone, Robert, who claims, and I thought this was true, the crying Indian was not really an Indian.
The crying Indian was not an Indian.
Yeah, hey, Robert, was he an Indian or not?
No, Howard, he wasn't. I don't know how I know this, but yeah, I think he was Greek or Middle Eastern or something, but he was definitely not American Indian.
Okay,
Wow.
thanks for clearing that up. Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, Zig. This is Zig.
We lost Mark.
Yeah, all right. By the way, I was walking. I was with my daughters yesterday. We were all hanging out. I did a photo shoot of them, and then we went out to lunch. And We're hanging out and stuff. So I walk out into the parking lot to go back to the city, and a woman started auditioning for me. It's the first time it happened. She was
Really?
Yeah, like all of a sudden, she walked by and she was like, "I'm in the mood for love."
Just burst into song.
Simply because you need me, I'm in the mood. Whatever the hell she was singing, you know. I was like, I said, okay, I'll put you through the next round. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I'm starting to get that.
Wow.
That's fun now.
By the way,
wait a couple months from now.
That guy's name was Iron Eyes Cody. Now, how is that Greek?
Yeah, well.
But he was born Espera Oscar de Corti.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he became Iron Eyes because...
Immigrants from Sicily.
Wow.
I think after the commercial, he became Iron Eyes.
Yeah.
He was
I
the
need
guy...
an Indian name, quick.
He used to cry in the commercial because the people were littering.
That's right, they were littering and de-beautifying America.
Exactly.
Turns out he was crying because they dressed him up like an Indian.
Right.
Well, anyway, all I know is you got me in trouble with the best picks because I was looking at the best picks and then I had to answer all kinds of questions of why I was looking at them. I was trying to explain. I'm doing it for my friend, my boss. I'm just looking. She didn't get it. She totally didn't get it.
What's Johnny talking about? Anybody know?
I don't know.
I think Johnny's conversation is sponsored by Ambien.
Is Johnny on Ambien?
I am on Ambien, but I was talking about Best Pictures. I'm making perfectly good sense.
No, I missed it. You're talking about Beth's pictures?
Yes.
I think he got in trouble for looking at Beth's pictures by his
My
wife.
wife went berserk. What are you looking at them? I don't think it was because I was looking at the pictures. I think it was because I was looking at the pictures too long.
Oh, I see. Okay, I didn't follow what you were saying.
Yeah. It was too long. I don't know what the time element on looking at them pictures is.
Yeah, right. Like if you look too
It
long,
can't be very long.
they're mesmerizing.
Can I ask Eric one question?
Go ahead, Shuli. Ask Eric a question.
Eric, has John Strauss received this email and has he contacted you back yet? Because I know he was very happy with everything.
He contacted Gary and said he's livid over it.
You know, it's so crazy because he kept saying, I'm surprised because he expected this battle with Eric once
Right.
Eric got there. And Eric was so nice and everybody was nice to him.
And now he's going to fuck it up by asking for $5 worth of Pepsi, which, okay, when you're there is when you're supposed to drink it, not when you get home.
Saying.
Drink it while you're there.
You know, and Eric, even if you had written a funny little letter that said, like, hey, Mr. Strauss, I had a wonderful, wonderful time. This is how I would have handled it. And I got to tell you, everything was perfect. You gave me a great experience. And the only thing missing were my 4 bottles of Pepsi. I bet you the guy would have sent you 5 cases of Pepsi. But now you're threatening him with a lawsuit and Johnny, and you just have no panache.
Well, I don't think he threatened him with me.
Yeah, he was.
I'd get upset and to keep me out of it.
Yeah, well, it was an implied threat to me, I think. Eric, you see my point at all, or no?
I mean, maybe.
All right. Well, ruin all the goodwill you have going for you with a $5 worth of Pepsi.
These people built you a ramp, Eric.
Yeah.
They did?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of them.
And they were feeling good about you until that letter.
They loved him.
Right.
All right. Well, you can press them for the Pepsi. I'm sure they would send you
Let's not get
$5.
the lawyers into this.
I tried. I talked to so many people on that set. Not one person had a bad thing to say about Eric.
Well, I sent the letter to Mary McCormack. I said, here's the Eric you didn't get to see. Like this, because she was like, she didn't understand why everyone's always down on Eric.
Did you send her this letter?
Yeah, the Pepsi one. And then she goes, I'm sure Eric didn't write that. I'm sure that, like, either Johnny Fratto or...
She thought it was a joke.
And I thought...
Why do I get the blame?
Well, who else is going to write? Who else knows how to write in that group? And then I thought it was like Jan maybe wrote it as a joke. But then we found out it wasn't
The one
Jan.
we should blame is Johnny Jr. He's the one who...
It wasn't Johnny Fratto. It wasn't Jan. It was Eric.
Because I think someone, I sometimes even think, someone must have put him up to this.
No. He put it. He wrote that one.
The thing with Eric, while most, let's say, people are associated with the show, I would say have the ability to lie to get on the air.
Yeah.
Eric isn't like that. Like,
He tells the truth.
He'll fess up if he tries something and it doesn't work. And I talked to him about this letter off the record. I said, look, man, if it's bullshit, just tell me. Is this for real? Because I was really surprised about it. And he says, no, this is for real.
Yeah.
So, you know.
So how long did you stay in Eric's hotel room?
Well, he got there in the evening. We were waiting all day for him, Ganji and I. And it's literally like there's New Mexico time stops the second you get there. Right. And so we're bored out of our mind. Eric gets there. We run to his room right away. You know, he wants food. So we're figuring, all right, we hang out for like 15 minutes in his room.
Right.
And then you start running errands for him.
Well, because there's moments where the conversation's just like, all right, what else are we going to talk about? What?
I got a cousin that runs a restaurant right there called Brava.
Well, you know what? He wanted Wendy's. We got him fast food. We came back to his room. We got him the food. We watched the whole transfer and everything get ready for people to, and then we're just kind of standing there and we feel like the weirdos. Like we're just watching him through
Eric.
Like an aquarium or something, you know?
Yeah, right.
So we leave. We say,
does he feel any pressure to talk to you or carry on conversation?
Well, you know, he'll talk to you about things like, remember like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, that guy who called in that yelled at Eric? Eric still remembers this guy.
Right.
He still brings it up. He still talks about him.
Like, you've already forgotten it. Everyone's forgotten it, but he's still living it.
You're like, what are you talking about? He reminds you of the guy who called 2 weeks ago who said this. And you're like, wow. So the conversation is exactly, you know, spellbinding, but it's, you know, you're sitting there, you're being nice, you're talking to Eric.
Did you get any stuff for Howard TV or for the news department?
Oh, yeah. We got a ton of stuff. I've been running stories, and I still got to run interviews with Mary McCormick and the director. And
wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was very impressed with him. He had like 4 scenes he did. I mean,
and a lot of lines, or no?
He had a lot of lines. He ad-libbed a line that the director loved.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think at one point they had to tape a set of key rings to his hand because he couldn't hold them. Right?
Yeah.
No, I had the person that was playing my wife's hand there.
Oh, that's right. Eric actually brought up to the director, he says, I see in the script I have to hold the key ring. This may be a problem.
Right.
And the director's like, well, what do you think we should do? And Eric says, what if I let my wife hold them, you know? And he yells out, keys, woman, in the scene. And the director loved it.
Eric there's Eric's wife. She's kind of hot.
Yeah, she wasn't bad.
Eric, did you start to believe that maybe she was really your wife?
No.
No, you didn't lose yourself? Hey, Eric, no offense. Have you gotten way fatter?
No, I've actually lost some.
And what happened to you? Like, did you see a ghost? I mean, like, did you let your hair go all gray?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought for acting you were dyeing it.
No.
I was going to say, I think Eric let himself go.
I took a picture of him over the week. It might be my favorite picture ever of Eric. It was from behind, and he was sitting in a chair.
I saw it.
From the back view, it looks like he got hit by a train. His legs are like curled up under each other and twisted up. And it is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
That's why I love Eric, because no matter what his affliction, he'll sit there and demand 4 bottles of Pepsi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he'll just be the prick he has to be. Hey, Eric, my suggestion would be you let go of the Pepsi because you had a positive experience. Who knows? Maybe people will use it on other shows.
Keep it quiet and just get your Pepsi from now on. Ask for it at the time.
Yeah, ask for it when you're there, and I'm sure they would have complied. But now that the moment has passed, I don't think it's right to go back and sort of demand your Pepsi. But you do what you want to do, okay?
All right, here's a question to Shuey.
What?
Do you have any kind of memory loss, Shuey?
I don't know. What happened?
Shuey was in his mind?
Because remember in the apartment while we were waiting between scenes, that the Pepsi was brought up. It was actually brought up by the woman that plays Dahlia.
What?
Or Delia. I forget.
You're saying your Pepsi...
What do you need it?
So you got your Pepsi?
Well, no, it was just brought up in conversation.
Who's Delia?
Delia was one of the co-stars of Eric on the show.
Yeah, but Delia...
Why would she bring up your Pepsi?
Well, she was making conversation about the emails that Eric had written, and she was excited that Eric was there.
The actress doesn't get your Pepsi.
Jan could have walked over to the craft services and grabbed bottles of Pepsi. I mean, there's everything you want at these shoots.
Right. They provide you with more than just Pepsi. That's what I'm saying.
Well, as far as I could tell, all the craft services had, because Jan went over there, it was Coke products.
This guy, Jan. We go to Wendy's to get him food. They don't have the burger Jan wanted. So I call him back. They want to close this restaurant, this fast food place. And I said, hey, they don't have your burger. I said, they don't have your burger. What do you want? What do you want as a replacement? And Eric goes, well, Jan really doesn't know what Wendy's has on the menu. I said, it's the same shit as McDonald's. It's just Wendy's.
Right.
And he says, do they have any specials?
Oh, God.
Like, the lobster bisque is to die for. It's a fucking burger.
It's a fucking hamburger. Yeah. All right, Eric, this is crazy to me, but listen.
But he did a great job, Harry. He really did.
All right, Eric.
Out the park.
Well, I'm proud of you. I'm glad I was able to line that up for you. No thank you required. All right. Thank you, Eric.
But don't become difficult and talk yourself out of jobs.
Become difficult.
You don't become difficult.
You don't want that reputation.
You just don't want to do that, Eric. I don't think you've got that kind of clout yet.
Yeah, not for $5. Keith, do you agree Eric should not blow his goodwill over a $5 order of Pepsi?
Hello?
Yes, Keith.
Oh, my God, Howard. This is unbelievable. I would give my right arm for one minute scene. I'd give both my arms to get all the stuff that you and Gary give him. I mean, holy crap, Eric, it's Pepsi. Who cares? It's a freaking drink that chews up your insides, for God's sake.
Yeah, you're probably better off without the Pepsi.
They probably saved you.
Yeah. They're probably worried about your health.
I mean, it's unbelievable. Robin, you want to be nicer to him? You all saints. If you people don't get into heaven, if there's a heaven, if you don't get in, nobody's getting in. Holy cow, Jesus.
Yes, Andrew, go ahead. You're on the air.
Okay, Eric, did you ever think for a second that maybe the agreement on the whole Pepsi thing is catering? Because, you know, my kids, they used to be in commercials, not anything like how big you are in, but I remember because a parent has to go with the child, and I hung out by the catering truck. I mean, it was like, there was soda galore there.
Andrew, I got to tell you, I shot a commercial for the Super Bowl on Thursday. They serve a lunch that is like a gourmet lunch. I'm sitting there eating salmon with potatoes. I thought I died and went to heaven.
Yeah.
Now, I mean,
exactly.
The services on these shoots,
it's amazing.
They have executive chefs there on set.
We should all be so lucky to get a regular job on a set because you're treated like a king. I'm sitting there.
Remember when we were doing the movie, they had French service, and there'd be a guy walking around with a silver tray with shrimp on it.
Eric, you could have asked for Pepsi then.
And there's a hierarchy. There's a hierarchy on who eats. You were like probably the second or third person to eat, whereas everyone else had to wait in line. You should have grabbed your 4 Pepsis that you really wanted there, but I don't know. I mean, they made a special trip to Wendy's for you? Oh, crap.
Well, Howard, even if they had all Coca-Cola products, they have so many people there that are just sitting there without necessarily something to do. Somebody would have gone.
Eric, I'm baffled why you didn't ask for it then, except for a girl who's an actress. She's not in charge of Pepsi.
Well, I'm not saying that I was asking for it from her. I was saying...
I'm just saying, why didn't you walk over, not walk, but wheel over to or have Jan or even ask Shirley to go, hey, could you ask them if they could give me my Pepsi? Like, why wouldn't you? I'm baffled by this.
That's the weird thing. You didn't ask for it or bring it up at all.
You asked for Wendy's.
He was bringing it up on the phone.
Right.
It's not panache. It's more like pain in the ass, Howard.
Right. Ralph, go ahead.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey.
By the way, Ralph was with me at the big shoot.
Was he?
Yes.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, you know, I'm wondering how that, you know, we shot so many cool things for the commercial.
What it's actually going to be, you don't know?
No, I mean, I just can't imagine how they're going to cram all that stuff into 30 seconds.
Yeah, but it'll be quick cuts, and that first thing that you shot is going to be really good.
Insane, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Eric, first of all, I think Eric's getting some bad advice from somebody, because clearly it didn't really bother him that much then. It's like now it's bothering him. So, like, that guy who wheels him around might have been, you know, he's got somebody in his ear saying, hey, up, you know. Because, Eric, you're really Howard's being nice to you. You're really being a bit of a dick. A major dick. I mean, it's a bottle of Pepsi.
Well, I'm trying to explain to him that he's ruining all of his goodwill. The guy the producer who finally felt good about Eric.
Yeah.
Now he's back to feeling shitty about him again.
It shocking. I woke up and I heard that Eric is demanding bottles of Pepsi. He's going to sue over it.
He's going to sue over 4
And he
bottles.
wants these 4 bottles brought to his house for some reason.
Eric, if you don't get the Pepsi, will you sue?
Well,
I have to think about that.
Eric, come
Small
on. Don't
claims
be a
court.
fucking idiot. You're being a fucking idiot. You're going to get work on other things.
You should know about being fucking idiot.
I do. I do, and this is why I'm telling you.
He's had some experience.
To Eric, here's a fucking idiot telling you you're a fucking idiot.
From one idiot to another. Listen.
Summit.
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't do that.
you know, Eric, you're not William Hurt. You're just starting out.
William Hurt can't even get 4 bottles of Pepsi.
Right.
4 bottles of, Eric Howard was at a major shoot the other day, and it all revolved around him, and he wasn't demanding anything except for them to start.
Yeah, that was it.
I mean,
he just wanted to work.
I wanted to just work.
You know how much shit
they even said to me they'd serve me my lunch in a private dressing room, and I said, well, what's wrong with eating with the crew?
We will run out and get you a sandwich. What do you need, Howard? Anything. And he didn't ask for anything, Eric, and you're asking for fucking 4 bottles of Pepsi 2 weeks later?
And no lie, the treatment for Eric was right on par with what you just described.
They treated him.
They
would have done anything.
Whatever
Eric,
he needed.
Be grateful how well you were treated. You don't get treated like that when you have 4 lines on a fucking TV show.
Has he ever been treated like that?
No.
You don't get treated like that anywhere in life.
His parents don't treat him like that.
That's what I'm saying, and he now has demands.
What do you say to that?
He's missing something.
Eric, are we getting through to you at all?
I do not know.
I do not know.
It's like that crystal ball. It remains unclear.
Reply hazy. Try again.
Check back later.
I do not know. Well, who does know?
Right.
Guys would tiptoe into his trailer and
madness because money went up.
What would guys do?
Guys would tiptoe into the trailer from the crew. They go, Eric, sir, we're going to have you on the set in about 1 minute. Like, the amount of respect that they gave him, they treated him no different than anybody else.
Right, you would have thought he was Jack Nicholson. Right.
And I just can't. I mean, this guy, John Strauss, the executive producer, you know how much ball busting he went through and shit he took for wanting to see this happen?
Right.
Because he's such a huge fan of the show. And here it was. Eric was on the set, and John, I mean, he could not be happier. He could not be happier.
You know what it is?
There's got to be a knife in his heart now.
Now Eric's going to ruin it with his 4 bottles of Pepsi.
I feel so
you know
bad.
what it is, Howard?
Right.
You know what it is? It went too well. He's got to ruin it now.
Well, in a sense, you're right.
Yeah.
What I think is happening is it went so well that Eric wants to, in some way, still be involved. And
Diminish the experience, maybe. So, maybe it wasn't so great because I don't get that every day.
But I think right now this is his way of holding on to John Strauss and still being part of In Plain Sight. He's still sort of wrapped up with them.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't want those relationships to end.
Right.
And this is the only way to keep talking to them.
Dear Mr. Strauss, you forgot.
like now he's still involved with Mr. Strauss.
And he would prefer they not send the Pepsi so he can keep writing letters.
Eric, is that sort of what's going on too? That it was so great being there that you just don't want to give up your relationship with Mr. Strauss?
I don't know if that's so much the issue.
You couldn't be that attached to Pepsi.
Howard, could you just please read that lawyer line again?
Yeah, sure.
I love the whole Johnny thing into the lawyer line.
And in closing,
I didn't tell my manager, Johnny Fratto, about this, as these things can cause him to get very upset and mad and make things get very uncomfortable for people he thinks are screwing me around.
Oh, Jesus.
So best that we work it out among ourselves. Let's try to settle this as fast as we possibly can. ... No reason to get the lawyers involved. 3 exclamation points.
Wow.
You're right about that. There really is, though.
I don't know what's funnier, the lawyer line or the fact that he's saying, don't upset my sleeping agent.
Crouching tiger, sleeping agent.
Yeah.
come up with the Pepsi or sleep with the fishes. The choice is
All
yours.
Right. Hey, Ralph, thank you. Eric, the actor, thank you. And, of course, Johnny Fratto, thank you.
And thank you, Howard.
And congratulations, Eric, on your triumphant appearance on In Plain Sight.
And Eric, one last thought. Maybe if you let the Coke thing go, maybe they'll have Pepsi. Maybe they'll have you back if you were not such a pain in the ass. You know, you get your 4 bottles and they'll never talk to you again, or maybe you don't. You let it go and they'll have you back.
If you knew anything. you would know that In Plain Sight is ending.
Right, there's nothing to go back to.
It's
Eric
season
already
5.
knows that.
All right, this is the last season. It is ending.
Maybe this guy John Strauss will produce another show.
Right.
Yeah, he will work again.
I know.
Unlike you, Eric.
All right, Eric. Thank you. Ralph, thank you. And Johnny, thank you. Bye-bye.
Right for now.
Hey, wait a minute.
What? Well, stop the clock.
Everybody's talking over me, and I'm not able to say that I looked up online, and my episode will be...
One of the lines, Eric's supposed to scream.
Yeah.
And
he couldn't scream?
Well, the only time I've ever really heard him yell is on the phone at callers, you know, or like at you or something. And so he would do the scene, he would say his line, and the director would go, all right, he goes, remember, Eric, this one, you know, you're upset, and let's really hear it. Action! Delivers it the same exact way. And the director's like, all right, cut. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Eric, what was the line that you had to keep repeating?
It was about the bunny, Eric. What was the line?
Crap, don't let the bunnies out.
Right, so
And then he's supposed to scream that?
So he's like, you're upset. The bunny just ran out of the door, Eric. Don't forget, you're upset. You don't want the rabbit out. All right, and action.
Go ahead, Eric. Do it as angry and as upset as you are. Go ahead.
Crap, don't let the bunnies out.
Oh, boy.
Crap, don't let the bunnies out.
Howard, I'm sitting there.
So how many times did they have him do that line?
I'm sitting there with headphones on, watching it in the monitor, and I'm going,
how was that?
How the fuck is this guy up there doing this right now? Like,
so the director says to him, okay, now you're angry and you're going to scream. You're supposed to scream, crap, don't let the bunnies out!
Right. Well, the first 5 takes were because they couldn't get the bunny to go out the goddamn door. So at one point, you just see the guy flinging a bunny out the door like there's a flying bunny coming out the door. And then after that, you know, and Eric goes, they always say in Hollywood, don't work with kids or pets. Like he's doing shtick on the set.
So the
and then
director...
like another 5 takes they had to do of that scene of him yelling. And
Eric, you can't muster up more of a yell?
Come on, you really don't want the bunnies out.
I told him, imagine the bunny is a caller that hates you on the show.
Go ahead, Eric. And action.
I'm not going to yell that loud.
Yell.
You know, I'm the only person in this house awake.
Don't worry about it. Prove
They
that
won't
you can
hear
do it.
you.
They won't hear you.
These walls are not...
Eric, and action.
I'm not yelling.
Eric, and action.
An actor acts, my friend.
Go.
Right, get them fucking bunnies out of there, motherfucker.
Johnny, you're pretty good.
I can get the bunnies out, believe me.
Eric, act like you're emotional talking about that you can't get your Pepsi. And just put it into the bunnies.
Say, God damn it, where are my Pepsis?
But don't let the bunnies out.
Right.
All right.
People are sleeping.
Yeah.
People, the walls are thin.
Anybody think Eric had thick walls?
Don't live in a fortress.
I picture like
he has walls.
Yeah, I picture like a paper house.
I live in a teepee.
The walls are thin. The walls are probably caving in. Picture like a dollhouse.
You've got walls?
Walls are thin.
Oh, just be like, I can't yell. What do the walls have to do with anything?
The
Oh,
walls are
he's
thin.
the only one awake in the house.
Jan is sleeping.
Powerful lungs.
Like he's going to really raise his voice all that
That's what I'm
loud.
saying.
Right.
I'll give you $100 if you wake somebody up in that house from yelling.
Right. You can't seem to yell.
And a case of Pepsi.
Eric, deliver the line the way the director wanted it. You can do it.
All of you know I can yell.
No.
But why did you yell on the set?
Surely saying you couldn't.
It wasn't Eric. If I didn't have headphones on and could hear, you know, from the mics what was being said, I was 10 feet away, maybe 15 feet away, and you couldn't hear. You couldn't hear you.
Maybe Eric didn't want to play the scene too big.
He was containing himself.
Don't tell me how to act angry.
I was yelling inside.
I did not want to. You didn't fly me all the way here to tell me how to act. Nobody tells De Niro
sitting on planes writing awful jokes. This guy's got a trailer with his name on it. And I'm knocking on the front fucking door like a jerk off. Can I come in?
I'm not going to yell. I'm internally yelling. Feel my anguish.
Don't let the bunnies out.
All right, Eric. Eric, you don't want those bunnies out of the house.
Don't let the bunny out.
Eric, one more time with feeling.
Okay. Don't let the bunny out.
That was good.
Would you like to hear me do it sad? All right, I'll do it a little louder. Don't let the bunny out.
You're giving me a 5, Eric. Give me a 10.
Would you like to hear me do it happy?
Yeah.
Don't let the bunnies out. How about anguish?
Do it with anguish.
Don't let the bunnies out.
More emotion, please. Please, one more.
Don't let the bunnies out.
You can ask Ganchi. We were both looking at each other going.
You love listen to me, Eric. You love the bunnies so much, and if they get out, they're going to die, and you're freaking out, and you're... Now, go ahead, now. Go.
Don't let the bunnies out.
Thank you. Thank you. You're great.
Was I on my mark?
Now give me my 4 bottles of Pepsi. All right, Eric. Good luck with the Viper Room, Johnny. Thank you, and Ralph, thank you.
Good luck with the Pepsi, too.
All right, real good.
Wait, I got it now.
Go ahead, Eric.
Don't let the bunnies out.
Well, that was better.
Wow, that was fantastic.
I saved it for the last.
You saved it up.
I saved it. I made you wait.
All right, thank you.
Goodbye. Okay, guys. Goodbye for now.
Bye for now.
Bye, Eric.
Bye.
Bye.